Breaking news, Georgia defensive lineman Jalen Carter is visiting with the Chicago Bears. So let's talk about if it makes sense for the Chicago Bears to draft Carter with the number 9 overall pick in this year's draft. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, please do hit the big red subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video, all right, people. So let's get into this, all right? Got a lot to say here, and I don't want to waste any more time. So Jalen Carter is visiting with the Chicago Bears today, and they barely made the cut. What do I mean by that? Well, Jalen Carter and his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, came out and said that they are only visiting with teams in the top 10 of this year's draft, basically declining interviews with all the other teams. And so the Bears pick at number 9, so yeah, they barely made the cut. And so that, to me, interesting strategy that they're doing here with Carter's his stock dropping. I probably wouldn't do that, but I'll get into that in a little bit here. So let's talk about Jalen Carter, folks, and if it makes sense for the Chicago Bears to take him at number 9. All right. But real quick, let me just say, I don't mind Ryan Poles doing this. I think you should do the due diligence here with a guy like Jalen Carter, who's very polarizing right now with all of the issues that have popped up regards to him. So I got no issue with Ryan Poles doing the due diligence on him, and you got to absolutely do that, and you do that by bringing him in for a workout, etc. But the topic of drafting him, all right, here's where I'm at. Jalen Carter, to me, has just too many red flags for me to feel comfortable taking him at number 9. Let me repeat that. Jalen Carter has too many red flags for me to feel comfortable, if I'm Ryan Poles, to take him at number 9. That last part is very important, people, because if we are talking about number 99 or a 3rd, 4th round, right, draft pick, completely different story. I can take that chance. Obviously, I know Jalen Carter does not last until that time. Honestly, if this was a few months ago, he wouldn't even last outside of the top 5, okay? But a few months ago, maybe, you are okay with taking him in the top 5 or outside of the top 5. Point being here is, at number 9, it is too valuable of a pick to take on a guy that you have this many red flags about. Let's talk about these red flags here, people. First and foremost, we'll start with the fact that he gained 9 pounds, all right, since I think when he did his workouts. And the fact of the matter is, this is the time when you should keep yourself in the best shape of your life, knowing you've got all of these job interviews, knowing that teams are really looking at every single little thing that they can get to. Guys are just killing the metrics and, the measurables, and you're out here and you have gained 9 pounds. Not a good look, okay? And then his pro day, he looked bad. He looked slow. He looked lethargic. And I know it was against bags, not people, but fact of the matter is, folks, he should have been prepared. He should have been ready. He knows everybody was watching, and that just did not look good. Now, if he had a bad pro day, does that mean he's going to be a bad player? No. But what I'm trying to tell you is all of these things are red flags because they are character issues. They are work ethic issues that you should not have to experience or expect from a guy who you are going to take in the top 10. All right, and I haven't even gotten to the elephant in the room here, which was the fatal January crash that he was involved in that killed one of his teammates and a Georgia staff member. Again, not saying it's his fault. Don't know the full details here, but just the fact of the matter that he was involved in this and you have to deal with that, it shows a poor judgment of character. And I just don't feel comfortable taking a guy who has shown he's a poor judgment of character. All right, so character issues, poor judgment, work ethic issues. It's just too many red flags for me to be comfortable with taking him at 9, especially in a draft where they're pretty loaded at the positions I need. I'm Ryan Poles with regards to O-line and D-line. The guy I want is PJJ, Paris Johnson Jr. So I'd love to go ahead and grab him. But again, do your due diligence, but too risky here. Too risky if I'm Ryan Poles. Again, life's all about risks. Take calculated risks, all right? When you have to sign a guy like a Jalen Carter, again, I'm just using an example here, on a 1-year deal, and he's got this type of red flags, that's fine because you can always cut him and you don't lose anything, blah, blah, blah. But when we're talking about, a guy that you're drafting at number 9, that's too valuable of a pick. Again, if it was a 3rd, 4th, 5th round pick, go ahead and take a shot. All right, not as important of a pick. But number 9, too important for me. Too many red flags. And again, I mentioned it at the beginning. Like, he's turning down job interviews with these other teams. What's the guarantee that he's, going to make it in the top 10, right? Before all of these issues, yeah, he was a lock for the top 5, top 10. But he could slip past him. And what team's going to want to draft him if they didn't meet with him and he's showing this sort of, judgment? Again, not sure if that was the agent or Jalen Carter, but my point here is, folks, Jalen Carter could absolutely be a stud. He could absolutely turn out to be fantastic, even with all of these issues and red flags. But I am just not willing to take that chance with such a valuable draft pick if I'm Ryan Poles. That's just where I'm at. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what the Chicago Bears do. Let me know what you guys think. Would you draft Jalen Carter with the number 9 overall pick? Leave a comment down below as always. Thanks for watching.